right in the fucking dead zone. Ah! Ah!
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know. Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings. Big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the pod, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the thing. So do it for Deuce and Mo.
We are live! It feels like we're coming on after a Kings win because the long wait is all over. We got breaking news from Adrian Wojnarowski. Monte McNair and the Kings have reached a new deal. How we doing?
What up, Deuce? Hey, Morgan.
Hello.
I'm rooting for y'all.
We love you. Let's go, Kings.
Oh, it feels so good to be live yet again today for the second time today.
Yeah.
But when breaking news hits, we come live and we have to talk about things as it drops. Of course, we'll have more on our daily show tomorrow, 11 to 2 on Sacktown Sports. But it's like, it just happened. We got to react. We got to talk to the people.
Let's do this. It's exciting. It's like when these moments happen, that's one of my favorite thing about this is just always being able to make sure to come on and talk about something as big and as great as this.
I appreciate everyone being here. So the biggest thing you could do, as always, I remind you guys, let's hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed so you know when we go live. Our chase is on to 10,000. We are inching closer and closer to just 500 away. That would be absolutely amazing. Someone's like, do you guys ever rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We're just talking sports. Let's not act like we're doing anything that's super crazy. We live an amazing life that we get to hang out with you. And the Kings are winning, which, we're trying to soak this in, okay? In our sponge of Kings juices. Is that what you say?
That sounds weird.
I'm trying to just suck it in like a sponge because we've had it soak in losing for a long time now.
Dude, I was just talking to my parents after today's show about just soaking everything in and how cool all of this time is right now. And it's like, no. I'm addicted to it right now because it feels...
I'm addicted
to ya.
Na.
Yes, Simple Plan.
Is that what
I think so.
don't
Wow,
know.
how do you not even know? But truly, it's all about enjoying these moments because when they're gone, we saw how shitty everything is for 16 years. I want to feel this. I want to feel every little ounce of this. So that's why we are on right now with this breaking news.
Because why not?
Why
As
not?
Nick would say, we're not going to be on for a long, long time. We just have to give our initial thoughts. Let's talk about this. If you're here, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe so you know when we're live. Gotta take a deep breath. I saw the news come out, and Morgan's like, oh, we got to go live. I'm like, oh, that's right. I forgot we do that.
No, you didn't. Well,
I
we
kinda
haven't had
did.
to do any breaking news. Usually
I
breaking
know.
news is more in the off season. So trade deadline, all those things. But it's fun that this is the breaking news right now.
Yeah, Morgan just heard the when we're what's happening? That
To
was
the
just going-
podcast studio.
Oh, the studio! What is going on? It's like our siren. What do we have? Oh my God! What is that? What is that sound? Oh, it's Adrian Wojnarowski. How beautiful! Wasn't it nice? And be honest, for a brief second, when you see this picture of Monty that's kind of serious and ESPN sources, you're like, oh no.
Yes, that was my first thought.
Oh no! Did he get fired? Did they move on because they couldn't reach an agreement?
That was my first thought. It's the red, and it doesn't say breaking news. It's good news. It says breaking news. So really glad you got to always read the fine lines.
All right, let's get this started. Let's get to 100 thumbs up to please Deuce and Mo coming down in 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Welcome into a special edition of the Deuce and Mo podcast, recording this on a Tuesday afternoon after some breaking Kings news from Adrian Wojnarowski. You get a little nervous when Woj puts out stuff. You don't know what it's going to be, but the Sacramento Kings make some news today. Adrian Wojnarowski says after orchestrating a remarkable franchise renaissance, Sacramento Kings GM Monte McNair has agreed on a contract extension. Under McNair, who is in the final months of his deal, Kings are third in the West and on the cusp of ending a 16-year postseason absence. He also says the Kings are working to finalize a new deal with assistant general manager Wes Wilcox too. McNair and Wilcox have worked closely together in reshaping the organization into a Western Conference contender. Woj giving those guys a lot of love, but yes, there were so many questions headed into the season. Oh, Monty McNair in a lame duck situation. What does this all mean? When are they going to give him a new deal? Are they going to mess things up? Are they going to blow it up and go look for another new face? We got our answer today. Monte McNair reaches a new deal with the Sacramento Kings. Your first reaction to the news?
Well, my first reaction was, hell yeah, let's do an emergency pod because I want to celebrate this just like everybody else. And I think when you look at this situation, it really was a no-brainer. It was almost confusing at times that it was taking so long, but at the same time, I understood because of years past, things and people were probably triggered by signing contracts too fast and too long and for too much.
Yes.
So I was fine with all the patience, but I'm so glad that it's getting done right now.
And he took over for Vlade Divac, and it's taken some time to kind of reshape it, but it feels like this year it's shaped exactly like he's wanted it to be. It started last year when he made the massive deal, trading Halliburton for Sabonis, that most people absolutely slammed at the time.
Absolutely.
And at this point, it's looked like it's worked out great for both teams, and Sabonis has brought something completely different to this team. And then you look at the offseason, what he was able to do. We focus so much on the player movement, but the most important thing Monte McNair and Wes Wilcox and that front office did this offseason is find the right head coach.
Yes.
We haven't been able to say that in a long, long time in Sacramento, and it's clear as day that Mike Brown is the right person for this team right now.
It's that time to slobber all over Mike Brown. But it's true when you think about the foundation that he has set with this team. He's a guy that brought in a culture. We had talked about that for so many years. Who's going to be that guy? Everyone just drops that C word very casually. Culture.
Oh, okay.
You know what word
I
I'm
did
talking
not
about.
know where you're going.
Everyone drops that word so casually, and it's like everyone wants to be a part of changing a culture, but there were so many that came through that didn't know how to do it. Mike Brown really knew from so many different angles how to create a culture, respecting guys, tough love, humanizing situations, just buying in, trusting each other. It's just wonderful that Mike Brown is here, and it's helped with this, and the GMs obviously signed these new extensions.
Yeah, and Monte McNair picked Mike Brown. And then Monte McNair made some moves over the offseason. It was signing Malik Monk, right? It was trading for Kevin Herter. It was drafting Keegan Murray. The Kings were not a good offensive team at all last year. We talk about the defense being bad. They were near the bottom of offensive rating in the NBA. They are putting up more points than anybody in the NBA. They have the number one offense in the NBA. It's pretty wild how much has changed from last year to this year, considering the Kings have 27 wins right now.
Yeah.
They didn't have 27 wins until March 26th of last year when they're 27 and 48.
I don't want to talk about it.
So it has switched up big time, and it's a credit to Monte McNair. And I'm just glad that he has been rewarded for this. Sure, the work is not done.
Yeah.
And they could have waited till the offseason. I know I asked Monte McNair at Media Day about it, and he totally brushed it aside like, oh, everyone knows my deals in my contract.
People
Tom.
are talking about that?
It's like, yes,
Monty.
they are. They're
Yes.
concerned because they don't want to lose someone that's really helped reshape this organization. I was, getting to the point where I'm like, well, maybe just everyone's cool waiting till once the season ends to kind of look at things. But I'm glad it happened now. I think there's enough evidence that shows that this is headed in the right direction. It's not like a team that's comprised of a whole bunch of old guys that how much time do they have left together? They're all kind of 24, 25 years old. They look like they're fitting together, and with some tweaks, this team can be really, really fun to watch over the next couple of years.
I think one of the biggest things that we're seeing is that you're seeing a sustainable team, right? Something that you can actually grow on top of. Again, it starts with that culture and that foundation, but if you really look at the individuals, the roster pieces as well, there are players on this team that are really good. And it's not just because of the system that they're in, but they are being coached well. They are being pushed to a different level. Keegan Murray being developed differently because he's here under Mike Brown. But truly having something that is sustainable that you can go forward with, that's not just, hey, let's just push through and find a way into the playoffs, sign whoever the hell we can, get in the playoffs one year and then, not see a postseason forever. That's not what's going on here. And this is how you run a basketball team.
I think the other thing with any GM, not every move is going to be a good one. And there are some moves.
I wanted to mention this, yes.
That you went, man, like the Tristan Thompson trade. When they traded for Tristan Thompson, gave up DeLon Wright. That wasn't great, right? No. But his draft history's been pretty good.
Hey,
Tyrese Halliburton, Davion Mitchell, and now Keegan Murray. That's been really good. There have been no crazy free agent acquisitions that you go, oh, they are crushed by. Even if you don't love Rashawn Holmes' deal, at the time, most people went, yeah, that's a pretty fair deal.
Yeah.
One. And it's not one that's going to kill you for the next 20 years. He makes 12 this year, 12 next year, and the player option for 12.8 the year after that.
This happened before Domas Sabonis as well. So even in your mind, you're not sure that you're able to make a certain move to get that certain piece. What Rashawn Holmes was doing with Tyrese Halliburton here was unstoppable at times, right? It wasn't something that was helping the entire team in the win-loss column, but you're like, okay, is this something?
Chemistry.
Yeah, couldn't you grow off of this just with these type of pieces? Well, instead they went in a different direction. So then at times his contract doesn't look as good when he's sitting on the bench, but still it's the thought process, it's the timing, it's the context of when things were done. And you think about things that sure might have not been the perfect move or the perfect situation. But then you think about trades that were made in this last offseason and how that's really helped shift this team to a new level, especially from three. That's where things get better.
If you make mistakes, you don't want to make mistakes that you look back years from now, like previous regimes have made, right? Everyone points to not drafting Luka, even way back to missing out on Dame. We know the list, okay? We don't have to go over all of that. But some of the most critical things you could be with McNair would be, okay, that DeLon Wright trade, Bogdanovich, you thought you were trading him to Milwaukee, it fell apart, and then you just let him go to Atlanta. You didn't get anything back for him. some people have been critical that they didn't move on from Buddy Hield, that the Lakers came in at the last second with the Wizards to do the Westbrook trade. I don't put that on him, but I'm all about how do you recover from it. And
Yes.
Monty doesn't really care about the outside noise. You don't hear a ton of leaks about rumors involving the Sacramento Kings. If you do, I don't think a lot of times it comes from them. They just go out there and do their thing, and they're not afraid to do something that's not popular. The Sabonis deal was not a popular move. The Sabonis deal was a ballsy move, and he made it. That deal has completely changed the Sacramento Kings, not only with the way Sabonis is playing, but what it's done for De'Aaron Fox too, and sent Fox back into a direction I think a lot of Kings fans thought he could be in when he first came to Sacramento.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about all of this. Obviously, these players have to find it within to get better, develop, learn, grow differently, but you also want to make sure you have the right organization doing the right things for you. And making moves like that to make someone like De'Aaron Fox elevate his game and take his game to another level has been one of those things that people aren't just going to give a whole bunch of credit to Monte McNair. Oh, because of that, it made this, and that's why all that good stuff happened, right? But at the same time, those little things really do matter. The roster construction matters so much on how players play together, how people treat each other, because these guys that come in, it's not just work. You want to come in and like each other every day. You want to come in and respect each other every day, because when that locker room is good, you guys, obviously winning helps, but when that locker room is good, you can play at a higher level of basketball, and that's what we're seeing.
I think the other thing he deserves a lot of credit for with the players he has brought into this team, do you feel like there's a bunch of egos on this squad?
No.
You got guys that just play ball. They just go out there and ball. They just want to play.
Love it.
They like each other. He has put together a really fun team. And it's even the subtle moves he made at the last trade deadline. We talk about the Sabonis deal. I mean, don't forget about the deal he made that ended up getting Trey Lyles here. How big has Trey Lyles been for this team off the bench? You have a team that has had 6 players score 30 or more. You have other guys that can come in and give you 20 plus like a Lyles. I mean, it has been remarkable to see the turnaround, and you see where things are headed. Still work to be done.
Yes.
But there's been enough really good work. You could tell the fan base is rejuvenated. The players are. Everything feels good, and I'm glad the Kings ownership went, let's make sure we keep this together.
When it comes to Wes and Monty and all those guys in the front office, it just seems like there's some true basketball minds in that front office that actually understand that, oh, it's not just about this name or this guy and being one of the fastest players in the league or being the best shooter. No, you have to have guys that have a certain work ethic, that have a certain mentality. All those things come into play that aren't on a stat sheet. That's going to come with scouting and the way that you communicate with other human beings. And I just feel like that's exactly what they're doing. They're understanding that on such a high level.
Wow. What a day.
What a day.
I mean, I don't want to bring this up, but I think a lot of people in the chat are bringing this up.
What?
Deuce and Mo, ever since you went back to Sacktown Sports, the Kings haven't lost, and Monte McNair got a contract extension.
Wow, that's weird. I don't
That's crazy.
see that comment, but
it is crazy.
Wow.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up at all.
Magic, everyone.
At all.
Magic.
And I think the other thing that I like about this deal is, McNair hired Mike Brown. Right?
Yeah.
The last thing you want would be like a situation where, okay, his contract expires and he walks, goes somewhere else, the Kings move on, and then you have to bring in another GM who did not hire Mike Brown. There's some cohesiveness now. They vibe together. Those things matter.
They do. And it's wonderful to see everyone on what it seems to be on the same page, right? Like I don't care if that's not even exactly what everything is going on. That just happens in all workplaces. Like, not everyone's going to be on the same page. But if it appears to us that everything seems on the same page and everything seems good, I will take it. I'll take it. It makes me feel good. It makes me be able to sleep at night. I am in such a better mood every single day, each time that the Kings get a win, each time something good like this happens. Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite Monte McNair move he has made?
You know, well,
And
obviously.
you can put Mike Brown in the mix too. Is Brown number one for you?
Okay, I guess we'd go Brown, and then right now, what it looks like, Sabonis, even though I love the hell out of Tyrese Halliburton,
Sure.
but you have to trade good to get good. So Sabonis, and I really like getting Kevin Huerter here. I just thought that was a steal. I don't know if the Hawks were just like, okay, take what you want. Like, it was just what a steal for the Sacramento Kings. I love his personality. I love having him here, but also him on the floor. He's been able to take his game to a different level. And I'm just so happy with those three things that have been done. Sure.
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's Mike Brown. Because of course Mike Brown needs the talent.
Starts
you need
there.
everything there,
Yeah.
but you need someone who's able to connect with the players. That's going to provide kind of the culture,
Yeah.
bring the experience, but bring accountability. And when I'm listening to Mike Brown after the game talking about De'Aaron taking over huddles, and I'm hearing some of the challenges he's putting out to his players, and the players are responding. That tells you they got the right guy coaching this team, and the staff is doing a great job. So for me, to change the culture, to really change it, like you said, that's usually just a buzzword thrown out there every time a team makes a move with a coach or a GM. They have shifted it. And Monty deserves a lot of credit for making the right move. It could be Mark Jackson right now.
No, I know. And oh God, I know. But truly, I think for us too, Deuce, because we work so close with all of it, we get to see what that culture has not only shifted within the actual basketball team that plays on the floor, but in everywhere else. You just hear how much he loves everyone's kids, and everyone has kids. And so everyone gets to bring around their kids. Like, he's family oriented. He is one of those people that has so much compassion for others and understanding for others. Well, over his years maturing as a coach, has loosened up and understand how to still have fun each and every day, even through losses, through wins. The importance of tough love. All those things are so valuable to not only basketball players, but to anybody's like life skills, right? Like, it just can help in anyone's development.
Our buddy Sam Amick from The Athletic reports that the McNair extension with the Kings is for 3 years, and there are no options in it. So it's 3 years, 3-year extension for Monte McNair.
I'll take it.
We appreciate you guys jumping on with us for a quick thought or two on this deal. Monte McNair's new extension with the Kings. Of course, we're going to have it covered. We're on daily 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific time on Sacktown Sports. So check their YouTube page out there. We'll be live chatting with you, talking with you all about it. We love you guys so much, but we gots to go.
Dude, thanks everyone for being here all day long. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and